Now that the NBA lottery is over, we know in which order the teams are picking. Now, keep in mind, this mock draft is assuming that teams didn't trade their picks, so things are bound to change. I do have the Washington Wizards taking Darren Peterson at 1. However, I do think there is a deal in the works where Utah ends up with AJ Debinsa and the Wizards end up with Darren Peterson, whether it's 1 and 2 or 2 and 1, if you get what I'm saying. But I really do like the fit of Darren Peterson alongside Trae Young. I think Darren Peterson is at his best when he is off ball and not trying to do all the playmaking. I think he's a natural scorer, and I think at the 2, that's his best position. At number 2, I have AJ Debinsa. I mean, we saw what he did throughout the college season, and especially in March. He is a naturally gifted scorer. He does pretty much everything on the basketball court, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime type of player, to be honest. And I think he fits in with what Utah's trying to do. The NBA loves length, and he has all those intangibles to be a great player. Utah gets their franchise player here at 2. At number 3, I do have the Memphis Grizzlies taking Cameron Boozer. Throughout the season, time in and time out, he proved that he is the face of consistency. You know exactly what you're going to get with him as a player, and I do think majority of it is going to translate to the NBA. Obviously, there's been a lot of talk about his size, whether he's a center or not, but I think in this modern NBA, he can play the 4 and the 5. And I think he fits what Memphis is trying to do. They're very analytically driven. He, like I said, is the face of consistency. So I think you're getting a good building block for a rebuild. At number 4, I have the Chicago Bulls taking Caleb Wilson. Obviously, we know that the Bulls love the lengthy wings, 4s like that. But Caleb Wilson proved he might be the best athlete in this draft. And I think he really could bring kind of an energy to Chicago that maybe they've been missing for a little bit. And I think his upside is really worth it at 4. At number 5, I have Mikal Brown Jr. going to the Los Angeles Clippers, and the reason I have him going this high is because I really do think he is the best playmaker in this draft, and I do like the pairing of him and Darius Garland in the backcourt there in Los Angeles. At number 6, I have Keaton Wagler, and he's going to the Brooklyn Nets. The Nets need as much talent as they possibly can get, and I think something that they lacked last season outside of Michael Porter Jr. was natural scoring ability, and Keaton Wagler has that ability without a doubt. What he showed at Illinois was he knows how to put the ball in the basket and has range on his shot. At number 7, to the Sacramento Kings, I have Darius Acuff Jr. I'm a lot higher on Darius Acuff than I think a lot of people currently are. I think his offensive potential is through the roof, and I think for a team like the Kings that just need that lead guard and have kind of been missing it ever since De'Aaron Fox left and really have not had stability at that position for a little bit of time now, I think this is a great pick for them, and it gives them a lead guard to start building around. At number 8, I have the Atlanta Hawks taking Braden Burries from Arizona. Reason being is the Hawks were a lot better of a team post Trae Young trade, and I don't know if we all saw that coming, but Braden Burries brings versatility to that offense where he's a really good shooter, but he is an underrated rim attacker, and he has that ability to kind of score at all 3 levels. At number 9, I have Houston's Kingston Flemings going to the Dallas Mavericks. He brings that defensive potential to the Mavericks that they don't necessarily have a whole lot of depth at with their guards currently on the roster. So I think this pick here makes sense for Dallas, and it gives them a guy that they can trust ball handling, but also be a really good defender. Rounding out the top 10, I have the Milwaukee Bucks taking LeBaron Philon. The Bucks have a lot of questions going into this offseason like they have for the past few seasons, and I think Philon really offers a lead guard role that they're looking for. At number 11, I have the Golden State Warriors taking Yaxel Lindenborg out of Michigan. He is kind of a do-it-all wing player that can also play a small ball 5. I think his fit besides Steph Curry and Draymond Green is pretty much seamless, and it makes a lot of sense for a team that's probably trying to make one last run at a championship while they still have Steph. Him as an older player can come in and play right away. At number 12, the rich get richer, and the Oklahoma City Thunder take Hans Steinbach out of Washington. He's one of the better rebounders in this draft, and he fits perfectly with how the Thunder play. He knows how to set screens, he knows how to rebound the ball, and he's a perfect role player for this team that's looking to build a dynasty. At number 13, I have the Miami Heat taking Nate Ahmet out of Tennessee. Nate Ament was really considered to be a probable top 5 pick going into the season. Just he struggled this year, his freshman season at Tennessee, and he's gonna slip probably down the draft boards, but he has all the measurables to be a really good NBA player. And I think a team like the Heat, who kind of just need more scoring, is willing to take that risk on him. Rounding out the lottery, I have Koa Pete going to the Charlotte Hornets. I swear I never saw this guy miss a mid-range shot from the nail in college, which obviously he did, but I think he has all the tools to really figure it out in the NBA despite his size. And I think with a team like Charlotte, he has the players around him where there's not too much pressure on him. That wraps up my first mock draft, and let me know what you think in the comments below.